A punctured center, depth of the golden internals steering me forward. Melted they've become, posture gone frail, unstable, weighed down by animosities. I plant these seeds. Incepted are some, plants grown by words of others, while emotions is rain for the curl and tangle of roots below. Severed neurons, lost connections. Holes expanded, one could poke right through me. Yet I'd still feel everything. Familiar entities of my center. I'm whole. I'm whole in the realms of ether. Punctured vessels with powers to heal. A life that's my gift with beats of everlasting power. I'll walk upon the path crafted by the one that exists in me. An image of the divine. I'll walk my path, punctured and all. For the cycles of this life, I believe, they mend all. This one honestly was tricky. Tricky to get out right, and I feel that it's possibly not even, instead of saying right, I'm gonna say to its full potential. It's just not yet there. It can be, or this could be a baseline piece that I use for something else to give something else fullness. Like, I like the concept that I worked with here for sure. However, I feel that in general, there's just some growth that's needed when it comes to writing my pieces in general. I feel that I'm running out of steam when it comes to producing these. Like, I don't dislike the everyday commitment that I've made to writing. I don't at all. However, I will say the concepts are slowing down, and I feel like with the concepts slowing down and the time that I'm given now, since it's summer, the time that I'm given, well, really the time that is my leisure, I feel that it should be used partially, for this specifically, to hone in on what it is that I can improve on. This is not a horrible piece by any means, and I'm grateful to have been able to create, or for the fact that I push myself to create anyway. Because like I've said with things before, I don't necessarily like everything that I create, but just doing things for the purpose of getting something out, or for creating in general, it's been serving me well. So I will continue doing that. I'm currently enrolled in a poetry workshop, like this online course. You might have heard of it. It's like Coursera, or it's edX, ED, capital X. I'm taking some courses from there just to see if there's something that I can improve on with that. But there's a good chance that I'll just be looking up stuff to kind of try to hone in on what it is that I could do to improve, or just gain more prompts, gain more topics to talk on. There are a lot of times where I piggyback on what it is that happened in the day, and I've said this before, but I piggyback on those things, or I piggyback on emotions, or things that I'm processing, things that I'm feeling, things that I'm thinking, or ways that I'm being. I capitalize on that, and I may or may not choose a specific word that's just sticking out in my mind, and I'll use it in here. Like the word for this piece right here was animosities, and I actually have something that I wrote that kind of, it's basically the center of why I wrote this, but I give myself freedom because it didn't necessarily go that way, or there's many different ways I feel like you could perceive what I wrote. But to remember what it is that I wanted to write about, I put in my notes, animosity can damage a heart. Because I feel like, to an extent, no, I don't even have to talk about it. I can literally just say, yeah, animosity has been on my mind due to just thoughts that I have and things that I feel about certain situations. But it really just came from the reflection of, okay, you can continue trying with people, and it's natural to still feel something towards the way that someone handled something in the past with you. But it's things like that to where if there's another situation that occurs that is familiar to, that is the cousin of whatever happened in the past, then that will likely bring up feelings of the past. You know, the unresolved ones. So I was thinking, like, when that happens, naturally, okay, you feel some type of way because now things are building up into a pattern. And when you see the pattern, you can react. I mean, we live in cycles, so the way that you're going to react is not, it might not necessarily be the same way. And that's what I was thinking about with me. It's not necessarily the same way. I feel that I've experienced something where I feel as if the past has been dug up by an action of the present or an action of recent times. So that word came up for me because it's like the feeling is there. However, the reaction is different. You can still care, and you can also communicate things in different ways too that show care, but also show stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. But yeah. Life is not sunshine and rainbows. Storms have to happen. Storms happen. Storms often cause beautiful blooms. And that's all I'm gonna say. So, peace out. Peace out.